All right, on this episode of Bon Appetit, we interview T. Real name is Tochukwu. It's pretty long. I can't spell it. But T from Train with T. That's at Train with T. That's T-E-E. And then there's an underscore at the end. And that's his Instagram handle.
Yep, and Twitter handle too is the same.
But yeah, so we sat down with him. He is a fitness fat loss coach slash life coach-ish, but I wouldn't, call him a life coach. He basically just takes a holistic approach to getting people to their fitness goals through things like obviously diet and exercise, but also personal habits, that kind of thing. So we kind of dive into that with him in this episode.
Yeah, we also get a chance to talk about what it was like kind of being athletic and how he got to college. There's some really cool information about his life in here that was super interesting to us and stuff that even though we knew him beforehand, had no idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So super cool conversation.
Stuff about him too.
And the song for the week is going to be from Dimitri, and it's called My Zone. And so that'll be the feature from Dimitri, My Zone. And here's T.
3:30ish. I went to the gym before this.
Yep.
And then I got over here.
Okay.
So when you hit me, I was getting ready to pack up and get out of there. So
yeah. How far of a drive is that for you?
About an hour. Yeah, an hour. Yeah.
An hour. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you went to the gym, crushed it, I imagine.
Of course.
What'd you do today?
Today I hit more so. I hit chest again a little bit. I'm doing this method I call nuclear overload. I learned it from some guy on YouTube. So basically, it's like just hitting it, not OD, not intense, but like just hitting it a little bit of low, like every single day.
Yeah, it's like some frequency based stuff.
Right.
Yeah. No, there's actually a lot of truth to that as far as like pretty much just saying to your muscle like, hey, you're working.
Yeah, right.
You're working every day.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
No days off. So
I was gonna say sorry, continue.
I'm doing that more so now for my chest and my lateral deltoid to really get those to come out a little more because I'm a bigger guy and I want to I still really want that aesthetic that I'm looking for. So I know that comes out more from my lats. I mean, my lateral deltoid and my chest. I can do that. It pushes everything.
I was gonna say, dude, you are a big ass dude. I had to move the camera around to fit you in the frame. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit,
pull this back.
Yeah,
dude, it's funny because it's been a while since I've seen you, and like you walked through the door, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's fucking huge. He's even bigger than I remember.
Dude, yeah.
It's been a minute, right? Did we have that class? Was that last semester or the year before that?
I think it was our junior year.
Yeah, like end of junior year.
What class was that?
It was biomechanics and materials.
I think it was biomaterials.
Yeah, because it was like the study. We had to like do a paper and biomechanics was like annoying tests all the time.
Right.
Oh yeah,
was like we used to reach it basically.
Yes, you're right. And biomaterials. Yeah. Oh my god, I remember that.
That was in the business building. I remember that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And we met up in that room, like that little like lounge.
Right.
thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what did you end up like? And I'm gonna set a timer here because we always forget to do that. What'd you end up majoring in?
So the major itself was material science.
Okay.
On the biomaterials track.
Okay.
And
okay.
Wait, it's funny how it all started because when I started off, I was supposed to be biomedical engineering.
Yep.
So I'm doing it for the first year and a half, and then I'm getting ready to start the classes actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to sign up and says, you can't do this. You're undecided. So I'm like, wait a second.
Oh, dude.
What?
So I go back home looking through all the papers like, it says whatever. It says biomedical engineering. So I'm going back up to the office and they say, no, we don't know what happened. So I was like, damn, that's crazy.
That's kind of bullshit though.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
They were just like, oh yeah, sorry.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, when I started off at UConn, I was biomedical engineering. I was doing the pre-med track as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But after that, year and a half, I said, okay, what am I going to do here? Because my GPA wasn't that good. I came in when I was 16.
You what?
Yeah.
Wait, how did you squeeze that?
Yeah, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, sorry. Fun fact.
No. Hey, I'm curious
16,
about
yeah.
that. What do you mean? Like when I was 16, I like failed my first driver's test when I was 16.
Yeah, it's true.
What the fuck were you doing?
Yeah, so what happened? So I skipped 6th grade,
Okay.
right? So all the years I entered high school when I was 12, I finished when I was 16, and then I got into UConn. So I go to UConn, boom. Story like I was doing, I don't know, I was really confident in myself, and it was irrational confidence, which was bad at the time, but good now. But I mean, I'm a freshman year, first semester I'm pretty sure I took Calc 2, physics, chem, and biology for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's brutal.
It's fucking loaded schedule for a 16-year-old.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
While trying to walk onto the track team.
Oh shit! Yeah,
At
wait. I feel like
16?
I knew you ended up on the track team though, right?
Yeah, I did that for about 2 years, right? Yeah, first or second year. Yeah, so yeah, long story. So I did that, and then it didn't work out because the schedule kind of messed up the schedule with engineering and that with all the classes I was taking didn't work out. So I had to drop track.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that
damn.
was kind of hard for me to process.
What event did you? Were you a thrower? I feel like
Yeah.
you threw. Yeah.
I was doing
Makes
weight
sense.
throw and I was trying to do hammer throw as well. So
Okay. Cool.
that was the game plan.
No,
there.
hold up. See, I don't want to gloss over this. So you were, and I can get you more water too if you need
Okay,
it.
cool. Whenever it's time.
Yeah. You were 16.
Right.
You get into UConn, and
Yeah.
then you walk on to the track team
Right. So I think
at 16.
right. So it was 16 going on 17.
Okay.
I turned 17 like in November that year.
Okay.
So yeah, I come on, I'm talking to some guy. So I came in with that program called Bridge.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah,
this summer.
yeah.
So I
Okay.
was with them. So I knew a few of the track dudes who were already here. I got, kind of cool with him. I'm not sure if you know him, Tosin.
Mm-mm.
All right, so I got cool with him. Me and him were really tight.
Actually, I might know him.
He's
If
an
you showed me a
engineer.
picture. Yeah, if you showed me a picture, I probably would. But yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking whatever. I'm working hard and doing what I got to do. I'm around I'm around the coaching facility, so they see me working, even though I'm not on the team. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
he kind of
Get
tossed
that
me for me.
visibility.
Right. And he saw that I was working. I was bigger than a lot of guys, and my footwork was kind of there. So it came down to trials. I was talking to him, putting a bug in his ear, and he made it happen at the time. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah, that's
incredible.
kind of nuts.
Okay. So, so and then you just started so you're in materials or you're in biomedical
At the
engineering.
time, just doing the basic, the basic.
I'm just curious where UConn was like, oh yeah, like
Did they do that? They're so bad, and the BME department's so unorganized, like mad unorganized, and they don't
Yeah.
really. I don't know. They got their shit together more recently, but
yeah.
dude, and it's actually if you come in undecided, it's like not easy to transfer into engineering
Yeah.
because they're just like they crack the whip with that shit, and so
I remember my options at the time. They gave me material science. They gave me Chegg. No one wanted to go to Chegg voluntarily unless you actually liked it.
oh really?
Yeah, I think something they told me. And there was material science.
The
There
Chegg's
was
hard as
it is.
fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, it is.
I remember I took the what was it? Engineering 1166. The
Yeah,
Whatever
the
it was.
seminar where they did tell you about each
Yeah.
major. Yeah.
right,
Okay, yeah,
right. And I tried to get into my medical again. And said no, you can't do it. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, whatever.
That's so weird.
yeah,
That's so weird.
so I did the Chegg one. I was like, I'm never doing this. That's a fact.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
Chegg
insane.
is crazy, man.
No, 1166 actually, that's not the seminar. That's the one that's like you actually do.
yeah, exactly.
Like, and that's the hardest 1166 class, like by far.
yeah, they just tossed me in there like, here, have fun. And
That's
I didn't have
that's
fun.
So
Intro to Chegg, man.
Sink or swim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Best of
I've
luck.
heard nothing
Hey,
but
I'll get you more water here.
bad things
appreciate
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that class is rough.
Appreciate it.
Also, if those are falling off,
Uh-huh.
flip them around.
Oh, true.
But yeah, dude, Chegg, that's kind of a fuck. You know what it is, dude? I bet nobody does Chegg, or like it's people know what how it is, and so they're like, yeah, we'll toss you in Chegg if you
Yeah,
want.
right. It's just the last resort. Like, you have fun. You go ahead and fend for yourself.
I think a lot of the like BME kids, a lot of them are pre-med too. It's like
Mhm.
they're like, all right, I'll do engineering. It's harder. It'll help you get into med school if I do
Yeah.
well here. And then so it's like flooded. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's tons of people in the BME. So when did you transfer into the BME program?
So I never.
Or sorry, you never did.
material
Sorry,
science.
that's true.
It was,
Yeah, material science.
It was the third semester in. I was like, okay. And this is at the time. I'm like, I know I really want to do engineering. I really want to become a doctor. And I'm thinking, what's going to give me the best chance of doing this? Like, what's going to have some kind of medical undertone? That's going to give me the best opportunity. So I'm thinking, okay, material science has the biomaterials part. I know that's going to be good for. Because at the time, I really wanted to, innovate the brain. I feel like I could still do that later on, but right now it's not my focus. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I kind of wanted to like innovate like how brain surgery was done. I feel like biomaterials would be the best route given my options.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kinda
for sure.
Get the experience for that. Thank you. So
yeah, I think material science is a good choice too. And I mean,
Mhm.
honestly, like it probably ended up working out better doing material science and then just like having biomedical engineering
sure.
classes as a focus because doing the material science major, you get more into the material science.
exactly.
And then at the end, you do specific stuff. Whereas like BME, you kind of like are all over the place.
hmm
So it's
Jack
good.
of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I also got you a man-sized cup this
Okay, there
time
we go.
because you went through the average man-sized cup in 2 seconds.
No,
So
crushed
right.
it.
you're going to be okay from here on out.
Okay.
Wait, so all right, fast forward. Now you're graduated.
Mhm.
Like, so are you working now? Are you doing full time training or
Right
what's
now,
good?
yeah. So right now it's more so coaching. So
Okay, yeah.
I look at it
Coaching.
in terms. So basically, the way it is it's a program with me. We're working together and one-on-one. Well, it's virtual. It's all online, but it's not just fit. I'm not sure you guys. I'm not sure. I don't know if you see my stories or not, but as
Oh,
you
I
know,
watch 'em.
it's not just fitness at all.
Mm.
Like I use fitness kind of as a a conduit to get you to where you want to be. So
Mm.
it's more so I look at where you are right now, just in terms of your body, but also why your body is the way it is.
Mm.
Why you think the way you do, why you behave and act the way you do. And then we want to go ahead and dig deeper into why that is. Figure out where in your childhood, where in your journey, where along the path these thought patterns and where these processes came to be.
Mm.
And then we're going to go ahead and figure out exactly where you want to be, how you want to think, how you want to behave, how you want to feel, all of that.
Mm.
Yeah.
So based on your old behaviors, you want to look at a time maybe when you did actually feel that way, and then want to kind of relate that to how you see the real version of you. Like, because most people know they're in a bad place, they don't want to admit it, and they know that they could be so much more, but they don't know how. They don't know like how to, dig into their own mind.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely helps to talk about it too, because it's like a way of thinking, basically, talking it out with someone, especially if it's just like a one-on-one thing. And like, somebody reaches out to you, you know that they're actually going to like open up because they came and reached out to you.
Yeah,
So.
I was going to say the same thing. Like just the fact that they're even reaching out to you in the first place is like, oh shit, like, this person actually at least is making the thought
Exactly.
of something's up and maybe I want to change it. I do like that you're kind of taking a holistic approach as like, instead of just like, wow, Adam, we're live and this guy's getting phone calls.
Big time.
But yeah, but yeah, so I like that it's a holistic approach because I think that is like a missed point with some people that are more so on the trainer side where they have someone come in and it's just like, okay, how much do you weigh?
Right.
Let's just, put you on a cardio machine and eat these many macros and you'll lose weight and you'll be happy when you lose the weight. And that's like not true at all.
At all. Right.
Yeah. And so like when you what's like a typical person that like slides in your DMs and is like, besides like all the ladies, like besides all that, what's like a typical like client person that comes to you?
So I kind of have like two niches, you want to say. There's usually a person who's graduated from college or is in their mid to late 20s who, they were once either played sports in high school or college, or they knew what they looked like before the metabolism slowed down. And it took a big hit onto their confidence and took a big hit into their drive and to be who they wanted to be, at least who they imagined they were going to be in the past. So there's that, and they're just fed up and they need to make a change.
Okay.
And then there's the person who's in their 30s, maybe 40s, but like mid to late 30s.
Okay.
Who has had a bunch of kids or is, as a man, is probably working, and they're not seeing the kind of life that they wanted as a kid. Again, it's like, and it all comes back to who you used to be. People see that they grow up, and subconsciously they see that, life isn't panning out how they thought it would be. And fitness is just one way of making that change happen, but it's the principles behind it. It's basically using fitness as the way to, see that through consistency and through hard work and through, just staying the course, even when it does get hard. Things will happen, but as a result of that, once on that journey, as you're learning and putting in the reps and going, you're learning how to feel better. You're learning how to, because it's more so, it's not just fitness. I keep saying it, but it's so true. Like I'm within the program, it's like I help you with your self-care. And it sounds cliche nowadays, self-care, but it's really about, for me, I give them all a morning and night routine. You're going to learn how to wake up and actually visualize what you want to be, see what it is before the day starts, because I'm not sure if you know this already or not, but right before you go to sleep and right when you wake up, the brain emits these things called alpha and theta waves, which kind of take all the information that's around you and seeps it into your subconscious. As you know, your subconscious is what, produces the actions you have every single day.
Yeah.
So
the morning is like the most impressionable time.
I know. That's why they say like the first thing you do if you wake up and check your phone is like
so try not to.
I'm working on that OD lately because
it's tough, but like
so
I usually I'll toss in the corner for at least 30 minutes or like 20 minutes or something if I can.
Yeah, I'm like guilty for definitely in the morning for like just like picking up my phone because like I'm like reluctant to wake up. So I'm like, if I stare at my phone, I'm like using science to justify it, by the way. I'm like, blue light waves,
wake me up.
I'm going to be less likely to fall back asleep.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something I got to get out of. So, okay. What's like, so that's like the typical kind of person and you kind of walk them through that kind of life. Like what's like one tip on, because I know you're not trying to give away your whole program here, but like what's like one tip in the morning and one tip at night that you generally give to majority of people?
Okay. So what I do, what I have my clients do, maybe like a little bit into the program. If you're watching this, don't even. So basically what I have it everywhere. I have it in, like, I'm next to my bed. I have it next to the sink in the bathroom. I have it next to the TV. I have it in my backpack. I have it in my car.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically just like a whole paper script of like pictures of how I see myself looking, thinking, living, all of that. Along with a whole bunch of things I want for myself written.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read it to myself and I say it out loud. I verbalize that in the morning and at night.
Oh yeah, like affirmations and
Yeah,
stuff.
just affirmations.
Yeah, no, I love that stuff, honestly. So, okay, so you do more like life coach stuff, I guess. It'd be more, I don't know if you want to say that, but if you think it sounds corny or whatever.
But it's more so just like, I guess just connecting the dots. I like to call that connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, exactly, because we wanted to find where you are right now and to find exactly where you want to be and then connect that gap.
Yeah.
Connect that gap and then give you everything you need with me, with my guidance, and of course with you. Because again, I'm not there. The point is that I'm not there with you because whenever you need help, you come to me. Whenever you need help, you let me know. But more so, it's based on you developing that discipline. Even if you mess up a day or two, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's more about just the long-term thing. I get them to understand that it's a long-term, not a next week or a next month's going to take some time.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people just kind of want it to like see immediate changes, like even like, you know, with working out.
Right.
But it's like ultimately you just got to be doing it every day or however, you know, just consistently for like a year or two before, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the most frustrating thing about like fitness and mostly, I mean, anything is like you really want to see like that quick result, but like, man, does it like the most unfortunate part about fitness is also the best part about fitness and that it takes forever.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it takes a long time to do it, but in that time that it took to do it, man, do you learn so much.
Right.
You know?
But like working out, I mean, just from I know you're saying like it's not all about fitness and like you're right, but just even working out, I mean, you just you look better, you feel better, and like now you're in a better mood and you can eat more easily, do whatever it else is you want to do anyway. So it ends up helping. Like I can very obviously tell in the morning, like if I go to gym before I go to work or if I like skip the gym and go to the work, I'm like brain fog, you know, up the ass. I'm all over the place. It's completely different.
It is amazing how much different that is. So I'm also a morning gym person, and I think a big part of it is it wakes me up, and if I get it done in the beginning of the day, which I like because then I know once I get home from work, it's time to do
whatever you want,
whatever I want. And like I just noticed that like my drive in work is way better if I work out in the morning. It definitely took a while to get used to that. Waking up at 5 was a big fucking move for me. I never pictured myself waking up at 5, but it works.
So when you go to sleep, if that's the case.
Yeah, so I got to. So that's I definitely got to improve on my sleep.
Like 9:30, try to, but usually it ends up being like 10, and then like I have a bad habit of getting on my phone when I'm in before bed.
I feel you. I'm the same way. I'm not perfect. I'm the
same way. So wait a minute. So you end up kind of getting this college degree, and then what does it end up like? When do you decide like, hey, like I want to either use this or I don't? Or like, did you get a job out of school using your degree or did you?
So I didn't. I was thinking about it. I was applying everywhere and I was getting ready to do some interviews and I was like, let's rewind.
Sure,
So
start wherever.
I started school in 2012, right?
Yeah.
I think it was 2017 fall. I get kicked out.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah. So what happened? I took
too big. They were like, those shoulders can't fit
Get 'em out of here.
in this fucking school.
What happened? I was taking what happened? I took class was it? Brody's class.
Okay.
Failed the first time. Took it again. Failed it that time.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that was kind of rough on me. Just my whole mood. Then I got kicked out because I guess I was inspiration because I failed the first time. I did it again and then I got kicked out. So that whole first quarter 1, quarter 2, 2018. I was in a terrible place, man. I was like, damn, like, because here's the thing, like, the whole time I kind of defined myself by academics. Even though I was doing sports and all that, I kind of really defined myself on my academics, and to see it come to that quote unquote rock bottom.
Yeah,
it was really tough on me, just mentally. Like, damn, what am I doing here? Like, what's
I can only imagine, man, because like you said, I mean, fucking, you breezed through high school like you didn't even have to try. I mean, you finish it at 16, and so like I can only imagine how you go from that to you know, So okay, so you grad so wait a minute, sorry, rewind.
So I get kicked out. And what happens? I'm thinking like, damn, this is it. What's going on? And I'm talking to a few advisors, just going, okay, you can just come back in. And it's just like, whoa, shit, really? I was like, what? Did I? So I had to fill out the non-degree form, whatever, to get back in without actually fully applying. So I guess if you fully applied to get back in, it'd take a year. But if you just did the non-degree way, you would just have to fill out a few forms, whatever, and then go back in the following semester. So I did that. But then I don't know. Over the time, I was thinking like, okay, so obviously, this shit can be taken away from me like at any time, this whole education thing. what am I going to do for myself to be very self-sufficient? Because I don't want to have my future, my fate in someone else's hands.
Yeah, it's true.
So I was already doing this whole fitness thing, coaching it. It was more in person. But for me, it was more so I knew I just took a lot of time when I was thinking. That whole time I got kicked out, that second quarter of 2018, I was just thinking a lot. I'm thinking, okay, so I know I want to help people. I know I want to do it in a major way. And I thought that me becoming some kind of surgeon was the only way. But I don't know if you're on Twitter, but Twitter is a huge entrepreneur community.
Oh, yeah.
That really helped me to really mold the way I'm thinking. So shout out Twitter. But yeah, so what happened? Yeah, so it was just a lot of seeds being planted in my head that I planted in my head. I was just reading a lot of information, watching a lot of information. I tried to do the dropshipping route. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, no, I know you mean like on Amazon or something? Or
it was just regular, just like learning how to do it. Didn't really work out. I wasn't really too interested in it.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people try to like push that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool if you know what
you can make a lot of money doing that actually. But
what is that? Because I don't know what that is.
It's basically just leveraging items from China.
Basically, recently on websites like Amazon, eBay.
Is that like when you see Instagram and it looks like you've seen this advertisement 20 times, but it's technically a different company?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, during that time, I just learned a whole shit ton about marketing online, about sales, about persuasion, and just refining my chops on fitness and how it pertains to you. I took what class was it? I took biochemistry. I played a huge role in this about the body.
Wow. Okay.
Huge role. Yeah. So
you took biochem?
Yeah, I was doing pre-med, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
So I played a huge role. Like, it was a hard class, and I got through it, but it was...
Yeah, I hear that class is
It's a cool class, though,
from
what it sounds like. I heard it's really hard, but yeah.
Difficult, but very, very interesting. Yeah. If you can't take it, don't take it. It's still hard, but...
Everyone that I knew that took it, besides one person, said it was like the hardest thing that they've ever been through.
They weren't lying to you.
Yeah.
They weren't lying to you.
Yeah. And wait, who's that professor? I forget her name.
Bruno.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno. That's a different Bruno. All right, sorry. So keep going.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm just all the time just like accruing a lot of knowledge. And then in the summer, I actually, I start on with this. I start trying to put this thing together, put the whole, trying to make it more official, this brand. 'Cause it was cool, like the way it was beforehand, but it wasn't, if that makes sense. It didn't give me that real, like, it wasn't official. So I started really making the steps to really, learn the business side of it. Because it's more so business. If you can want to reach someone and really change lives all over the world, but if you don't know how to do it in a way that's going to be able to scale all around the world and scale to everyone who needs it, you will never see the progress you want. You will never see the
like you can help people, but like you got to figure out how you're going to let everybody know that you
that you exist, that you actually can work for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just learned a lot about my messaging, the way I want to portray myself, exactly who I want it to be, and how I want to be portrayed in terms of my brand and what I'm doing and how I'm making people get to where they got to get to.
Yeah.
So that was a lot with the marketing, just learning about direct response. I mean, even with this podcast, really, I'm telling you, marketing is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Huge
thing. Yeah. I mean, right now we're like trying to just build it up, get some episodes out there,
and then get the content there.
Get the content late because like I would love to like start really pushing marketing, but I looked at our Instagram page and we have 6 tiles.
Yeah.
So it's like
not paid. I'm saying free.
Just like marketing in general.
Yeah. Use your Instagram if you have already.
Yeah, it's true.
Use Twitter.
Yeah,
we post a lot.
We should get on Twitter. Like, I mean, I'm personally on Twitter, but we don't have anything right now for the podcast. Maybe that'll change by the time this episode comes out. But I don't know. But
yeah, that was a big thing though. Just like having something too, like just having things to post in the chamber, just so that we always have something, like a little reel, and like if we miss a day or something, we could just go out and we have something we already recorded.
Yep. Just having it in the tug is ready to go. Even LinkedIn's good. Even that's turning into more of a just social media.
It really is.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing. People are like, "Oh yeah, add me on LinkedIn."
I'm seeing like more personal shit, and like people are using like acronyms. It's not. It's turning into like some people are using like LOL on like LinkedIn. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is like professional, but whatever. I kind of fuck with it. It's cool. Like, more people using LinkedIn.
I really still use it as like like someone will have like a random generated work update, and I'll still pick like one of those generic comments
like,
just because I think it's funny.
Congratulations! Yeah.
Kudos to you.
You're not that excited.
Absolutely
like,
not.
What an achievement!
Yeah, I would never say that. Time flies. There's some old white dude like that's what a normal person would say.
Right. Whoever made it, I don't know. You got to get some younger guys in the social media.
For real.
It's not working. It's not working.
So are you like primarily on Facebook? I feel like I see you post on Facebook, right?
I just got more recent on Facebook. I was usually more so on Twitter and Instagram, but started putting more on Facebook. I feel like there's people there who I talk to, but they don't really know I exist.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
They don't know what I'm doing. They don't know it exists. So
Yeah, it's weird
Yeah.
because like Facebook's one of those things where you have like a ton of friends on Facebook, but like because no one ever posts, I feel like if you post something on Facebook, everyone's gonna see it. Just
Right.
because like if they open Facebook,
yeah,
Yeah,
You thi-
the thing is though is that because also no one's ever on there, no one's ever on there. So
Yeah.
like even if you post something, unless you're like, even like I'm relatively active. Most of my the most views I've ever had on a video was like 1,000, and that was like with my dad, and that was like that big song that we
Yeah,
did, and
that's
it was
true.
like.
like
"Whoa."
if people decide
know?
to open Facebook, like your post will probably be the only thing on their feed because like
Yes, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Although I would say probably 35 plus use Facebook all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
That's more and that's
For
why
sure.
it's actually good to if you do have a business to be on Facebook as
Yep.
well as like Instagram. And I actually like that they merged
hmm
so that every time you post on Instagram,
It's
you can click
convenient, yeah.
and it
Yeah.
just posts it right there.
yeah.
So wait a minute, I gotta know, when did you actually start like working out?
Working out.
Yeah, like when was like when because like we all had that moment,
Uh-huh.
and then so when was that for you?
So I used to be a fat kid. I'll have pictures I can show you. I don't think
Oh,
I
that'd
have
be-
pictures. It's not old. Yeah, I'll see.
Yeah,
But-
see if you don't have to pull it up now, but you definitely got to show me at some point. I'm so curious.
Mhm. So it was 13. I was eating everything, everything.
Yeah.
I was like 178 when I was 12. I remember that so vividly.
Oh shit.
So I was already kind
Wow.
of I was just
How tall were you?
5'10".
At 12?
Yeah.
Damn.
Tall ass fucking.
That was then. So my mom threatened. She didn't threaten me. She gave me a membership to Bally's. It's a gym out in Michigan back when I used to live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I got the membership there. I was like, I want to do this shit. Like, what am I doing in the gym? Like,
Yeah.
all right, she got me a trainer and everything. Like, all right, let me just try it. I hated it. I stopped it after like a few weeks,
Yeah.
but it kind
Oh,
of
wow.
planted that seed in my head. So when I got to high school, it actually wasn't 12. It wasn't 13. It was definitely. I was still in Michigan. It was definitely 12 or 11. I think it was 12.
Okay.
It was definitely 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to high school first year and I transferred. We moved to Connecticut out here. And then I get here and I joined the football team. My boy,
Alright.
my dude I just met, said, hey, you're pretty big. You joined the football team. Fuck, I never played this shit in my life, but
Yeah.
so I joined the football team and I started lifting then. And yeah, the rest is
You do
history.
like team
Wow.
workouts and stuff, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
high school team. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. So see, it's so funny. So it's funny because your like intro to working out was just motivated purely out of sports, it seems.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
mine was like, I was like that skinny kid. And
Yeah.
like, I was like, oh man, like I remembered vividly, I had a dream, this
Mhm.
one dream where like I just flexed really hard and like my muscles got bigger instantaneously.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next day, I was like, I'm going to do some push-ups.
Right.
And that was like, that was
That's,
like, yeah. And then I never looked back. But like, that's kind of crazy that you like, it's funny that like you just seem to make your way onto sports teams also, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was like I'm a lot smaller, so I was pretty skinny too,
Uh-huh.
and like I guess I'm still pretty skinny, but like I don't know. My dad just always worked out, so
Yeah.
like I would just see him lifting weights in the basement, and then when I was like 11 or 12,
Yeah.
I would like sneak into the YMCA and just like
That's
exercise.
dope. That's
And
dope.
like he would just show me moves and shit until I got kicked out because
Mhm.
you have to be 13. or
Yeah, right.
something.
Underage.
yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, all right, cool. Yeah, I guess I work out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you also don't realize like how much there is to it too when you first start.
Yeah, I'm
You're
just like,
just-
oh, yeah, I just got to move these things around.
Yeah, and it was come on, right?
yeah, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're a teenager, so like you just get stronger anyways, because like you've got to.
And you also think like I
Going through
remember,
puberty.
oh my god, dude. I was in high school. I had this time where I was like, oh, I got to just eat everything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
All the
dude.
time. For when winter hit around this time,
Mhm.
for a month, I think or it may have been less than a month, but it may have been like 3 weeks or something. I did eggnog protein shakes.
Oh my god.
So I would take protein powder and put eggnog in it. And I did that for like 3 weeks
I'm like
every
a
single
choke
day.
choke right
Every
Yeah,
single day,
that's-
dude. And all of a sudden I looked in the mirror and I had like a belly and I'd never had a belly
Yeah.
ever. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, maybe these protein eggnog
Yeah,
shakes aren't working out.
dude, I used to just eat everything, like fucking Wendy's. Like
Mhm.
I wouldn't. The thing is, though, now that I think about it, like I didn't really eat breakfast. It's still hard for me to eat in the morning. Like I
Mhm.
just get up and like whatever. I drink like one of those fucking like Carnival chocolate milk things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
you mix
yeah.
them, and then I just go to school. And then like I'd buy 2 lunches when I got to school if I
Okay.
found enough quarters.
Mhm. Right.
And then, like
That's
yeah.
that was just me. Shit.
yeah, no. And then the second I started working after school,
Yeah.
I would go to like Chipotle and just
Right,
eat with
right
my
after,
buddies and
yeah.
shit. But like, yeah, that was pretty much it. It would just double it. So like, it makes sense that like It's like, why am I not gaining weight? You know,
Mhm.
and I thought I was eating a lot of food, but like, I
You're
guess I didn't
realistically
really.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so the one thing that we actually kind of chatted about a little bit before you got here was like the distinction between trainer and coach.
Yeah.
So explain that to someone. Like if you're saying like, oh, like he's a trainer, and you're like,
Mhm.
no, I am technically a trainer, but I prefer to be called coach. And so
Right.
what's your reasoning behind that?
Because a trainer, well, I want to call it a bias, but I know from just seeing what I've seen, a trainer is just there for your money, honestly. So they get paid, and their whole motivation is one. It might be to see you win, but more so it's because they come in like they don't get paid. They don't get what they need to get unless you show up. So they're trying to get you to show up. So they're not really tied into much to your investment. At least more times than not. There might be people out there, but I'm just speaking from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yeah.
seen that more so than not. They're not really looking for your commitment. They're looking for your paycheck.
Mm.
Whereas with the coach, but from what I've seen, from my experience, is that they're looking for you. It's usually not just going to be order this many sessions and we'll go from there. And it's more so like either 3-6 month type commitment where we're going to work with this thing together. Like I'm going to show you what you need to do in order to make it happen. I'm going to show you every piece of the process. So I'm kind of pushing you to work. I'm kind of pushing you, and we're going to get further and further every day rather than you just come to the gym and you do this and I'll scream in your face and you can go home and I'll go home.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's really how it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's like more of like a team, right? Like
Yeah.
a coach, you know. I'm thinking like coach and a player. Like you guys both win if one, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like have you had any like clients that just fought back hard or just were like not consistent at all? And like how did you deal with something like that? Or do you just let them come around by themselves or what?
How do you mean? Say it again.
Like
Could
have you
rephrase
had
it?
clients that were just like weren't trying to like didn't end up actually following through with all the shit? You know, you were like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, XYZ, and then they just didn't follow through at all. And like how did you handle that? Or
Well, this is probably I think 2018ish,
Mhm.
and I want to say I was still fresh, but I knew how to train in the gym, and that was good and all. Like
Yeah.
actually, I had them set up with the nutrition and everything like that, but I was still brushing up my chops in coaching. So
yeah.
they'd be flaking, but I never understand like mentally why are they flaking? What's going on? So I take that on me,
Mhm.
like as to why they'd be flaking, as to why they wouldn't be showing up, or why they wouldn't be getting the results they want. Because
It's the right mindset.
right, I didn't take
Yeah.
the time to really figure out mentally what's going on, not just in fitness, but and with their life. What
Mm.
the hell is going on outside of the gym?
Mhm.
That's forcing. That's kind of like whatever energy is like kind of showing itself into the gym, or lack thereof of the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
What stress or what stimuli from outside the gym is kind of affecting their motivation to go to the gym.
Mhm.
See, if I had known that, I could go ahead and reverse engineer that and figure out what the root is.
Yeah,
Pull the
yeah.
root out and put the flower and put the seed in so that they can actually continue going.
Yeah, I bet.
That's the way I look at it. So now I'm very aware of how to do that. I'm very aware on how to, look at all the pieces of the puzzle, figure out all the pieces of the puzzle, and figure out which piece is missing, and then go there and put it in there, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it is a lot more like it's not as straightforward. You know what I mean? As like, oh, that guy just doesn't want to work out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
It's
there's
deeper
shit,
than that.
people have, there's shit going on. You know, people are complex. So
right.
Yeah. I mean, like there's a whole like slew of things. Like, I mean, I know like with some women that I try and like, write programs and stuff for, like
Mhm.
if they're like, oh, well, I'm getting stronger and I'm feeling a lot hungrier.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, like, add like an egg or,
Mhm.
add a little cup or half cup of rice or a quarter cup of rice. And then
Mhm.
they're like, well, I don't want to get fat. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. Like if you're trying to grow like a booty or if you're trying to grow,
Yeah.
you kind of got to eat a little more.
Right,
And
yeah.
So it's definitely like, I feel like I don't know if this happens with you, but I think with more so female clients, they're so nervous about gaining weight that they don't want to add more into their diet. Do you find that that's like pretty similar or
In
like,
terms of gaining weight, right?
yeah, like if like let's say you get a client, it's like, and she's female,
Mhm.
very typical. It's like, oh, I want to grow my butt.
Right. Right.
And then you're like, all right, we'll get you in the gym.
Mhm.
Let's see how much you're eating. You're not eating enough. Let's, get you the good foods and like
Right.
you're gonna have to eat a little more.
Yeah.
Then she's like, all right, but I don't want to gain weight.
Right.
You're like, well, you just said you want a bigger butt.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
you gotta get
it-
stronger.
yeah, you're gonna have to gain some sort of weight. The
Right.
butt's not made out of air. So
I mean, you could go diaphragm, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah. You got the cash, you know.
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, when I do that, it's usually again like it's that human to human interaction. So I've got to make sure they really trust me. I got to figure out why there's this lack in trust.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because ideally, if they trust you, they're just going to take what you say no
That's
matter what
true,
and
yeah.
go with you. So got to figure out where that lack of trust is stemming from.
Mhm.
Figure that out, and then from there, your word is bond.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
No,
it's very true. Yeah.
no, like with someone that's like I don't know how often you deal with this, but do you ever
Mhm.
deal with people that like are really like resistant. You know, it's like they have like maybe a disorder. They're
Mhm.
like, oh no, I don't want to do this, or like, and then how do you kind of like coach them through like, hey, like, don't worry about it. Like, seriously, trust the process.
Could you give me a little more specific?
A little more specific.
Mhm.
So let's take that same example,
Mhm.
right? And then their eating disorder is like someone who's just, like almost on the verge of being anorexic, where like
Mhm.
they're really, really afraid of gaining weight.
Right.
So how do you approach someone who has these feelings of fear of like, oh, I don't want to eat more in case I get fat? Like,
Right.
how do you approach that?
Yeah. So for me personally, I haven't dealt with that, but the way I
Okay.
would was that I would just go deep into their past, figure out
Mhm.
where this whole thing stemmed from, really dig deep and figure out
Mhm.
where these initial feelings of, of me being fat, or why you even care that people think you're fat.
Yeah.
Mm,
You know,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
that validation.
That's the biggest. That's huge, dude.
Yeah.
Just caring at all.
Like, why do you give a fuck about what people think about you? Why are you not validated by yourself? You gotta figure out that. You gotta figure out where this even stemmed from, where it even started, why it started.
Mm,
And then once you know those pieces, we can figure out, okay, here's what we do. Here's how we counter that.
yeah.
And once you go that, and once you figure out that mind and kind of break that old pattern and create a new neural pattern, and new neural pathway,
Yeah.
then I think, well, at least in theory, it'll
Yeah.
be fixed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
and that-
helping make people more aware about
Yeah.
themselves. And,
Yeah,
and
and-
like more self-reflective, and which everybody really should be,
Mhm.
introspective and be kind of self-aware of like what their habits are and what do they
Right.
do, and like something pisses you off, like why does that piss you off
Exactly.
so much? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That kind of thing.
So I take meditation and journaling so seriously with my clients. That's the biggest thing.
Oh yeah.
meditation.
Yeah, meditation.
So how do you recommend meditation? Because I've been like thinking about doing it. The only time that I like am really on it is like if I stretch before bed.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm like in my head and I'm stretching and I'm just focusing on the stretching. But like, how do you recommend people meditate?
I typically do what I call box breathing. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
No.
I actually just started, like,
Really?
because I was just reading about this like a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago, and I just started doing it.
Yeah, so it's basically the way I do it. I do like 4 to 5. I mean, if I'm feeling good, I'll be 8 seconds in.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Mm,
I got calmer just listening to you.
Yeah, it's like one of those tapes.
Yeah.
Snip that and just like listen to it.
yeah. That's gonna be the intro to this episode.
You're like, what the fuck's
Training
going on?
with
Is somebody
T.
breathing?
But
I love that. That's great.
do that for like what, 10, 15 minutes and just visualize the life and the persona you see yourself as. And there's like a 99.9% chance that you're not going to go to bed, feeling anything wrong. Everything just feels amazing. Just calm, at peace, and grounded.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, grounded.
Mm.
Damn.
So that when you're on this line right here, things push you off, you can easily get back on.
Yeah. I like that.
Whereas when you get off, people don't figure out why they're off the line, and this is their new default. So when something else is, they can't just go back there further away from their sensor and further away from their sensor, and then
Ah.
it just wreck. So now you got to go ahead and figure out why this happened, all right, and why that happened.
And then get you lined up again. That makes sense because I think what happens is people will say like, oh, like, for example, like, oh, I don't eat that bad, but like, you can tell that they're not sleeping well and they're anxious and like, whatever it is. And it's like, what happens is, you don't feel the weight of your own shirt or
Yeah,
jacket
right,
until you mention it. And then it's all of a sudden like, oh shit,
No,
okay, like now I
it's
can
kinda
feel it.
heavy, yeah.
Now I can feel it. And so it's just like that, where it's like people don't realize the weight that they're holding until
helps
you
you-
kind of like show them.
It helps you be more present too, I feel like,
Right.
because a lot of time if you're stressed out or you're anxious, it's because you're thinking about something that happened or something that's going to happen,
Yeah.
and not so much like what's happening right now. And
Mhm.
like and I don't know, for me it helps me concentrate too, because like even sometimes in the gym it's almost like meditative if I'm like really trying to focus on perfecting a movement.
Yeah.
That's all you're thinking about.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it takes a lot of concentration, and
Yeah,
then
it does.
later on you go to do something else and like it helps you focus because you've basically been practicing that. You know what I mean? Like it's a skill. Like focusing on something is a skill. So that's why, I mean, recently I've kind of been getting into it too. It's funny you bring it up.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna have to start doing that.
It's pretty
man.
good. Because I had those fucking plane rides. I randomly got shipped off to San Diego for like 6 hours for work. So
Yeah.
like I was just sitting on the plane, like basically just meditating for like 30 minutes, and then I'd fall asleep or something. But yeah.
How'd you feel?
It felt great. I got off the plane. I was like, all right, cool. I'm not as mad about this whole random work trip.
Yep.
So I actually wanted to ask you about this because I'm curious, and this is on your just main Insta profile, and this is your, I think, bio possibly.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I was going to ask you the too.
I help busy millennials erase belly fat in 90 days while eating quote bad food.
Right.
So could you expand on that?
Yeah. So my whole thing when I'm doing this again is identity
Mm-hmm.
and lifestyle.
Okay.
So identity, start with that. So when I said we were going to get to point B of who you want to be, that definition, you got to start behaving like that, like who that person is. That person is probably very present, very motivated, very, very confident, and doesn't really give a shit what's going on around them because they're focused on their journey and they're making it happen. So if you're going to let something as little as the biases you feel on food affect you, are you really living in that identity for yourself?
Okay.
You're probably not.
Mm.
In terms of lifestyle, like everything's not gonna be perfect all the time. Like, let's say this was a cup of Crown Apple. Right? I'm not gonna sit here and stress like, oh fuck, macros and I'm not stressing. No, it's life. It's lifestyle. You can't be perfect every time. So you should be able to slip. If your trainer or coach ever tells you that you can't eat certain things because it's bad or it's bullshit. Get a new trainer, get a new coach.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. I feel like it's more about being aware of of what's going on, as less so of like, if I go home and like my mom cooks me dinner, I'm not gonna be like, sorry mom, like, I brought my like rice and chicken.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You definitely, you're right. There's totally like, okay, that makes more sense because I was like, oh man, is this guy like trying to advocate like, replacing like, chicken with fried chicken, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's more so like what you're saying.
I was wondering, air fryer, get that.
Yeah.
But
what you're saying more so is like, hey, like live life, be healthy. I can help coach you through that. We'll take steps, but also don't like fucking panic if you gotta like go out to breakfast with your buddies, and you want to go
out one time and then like the next day they're like, fuck, I can't eat anything today because
dude, I know
like
people punish the shit out of themselves. I mean, I know people that they have one ice cream and then they're beating themselves up for it for a week. And it's like, that's no way to live.
It's punching the air, like it's one cone, bro.
You just gotta like roll with punches, you know what I mean?
It's one cone, bro.
It's like literally just the next day, just go back to the shit you were doing. You know what I mean? It's not like you gotta compensate by doing a bunch of crazy shit. It's just like roll with the punches, like you made the decision, it's cool, you know what I mean? Just move on to the next thing.
Right.
Yeah, so
I like that, man. I like that. At first, like I said, I was a little bit like, was he trying to sell?
Yeah.
Was he trying to sell? Because the term belly fat too gets me a little like a little weird. Like I'm like, okay, belly fat, like why not just fat in general? But I think you target belly fat because it's
that's the biggest thing he want to get rid of.
Okay.
Yeah. If I tell you right now, they want, at least women I deal with, they want to get rid of tummy fat, they want to get rid of arm fat, the back fat, and the thighs.
Okay.
Those are the key 4 areas they want to get rid of.
Okay. Now, is there something to be said about just like when you reduce fat, it all goes down at the same time?
From what I've seen, it typically goes like from the top and bottom up.
Interesting.
Like majority, like everything loses at the same time. Like everything is always, everything's always losing.
Sure people can hear you.
Right. Everything is always losing fat within your deficit, and you're staying active and you're making the lifestyle changes. However, like let's say this is the body, right? Here's the camera. Okay. This is the body, right?
This is the body.
You're gonna lose fat in the middle as you're losing fat in your journey, but it's gonna lose faster. At least for most of my clients, from the top and the bottom, and then as you get closer and closer to the goal, you're gonna.
I feel like it makes sense too if you think about it. Like there's just more space to store fat on your gut and then on your thighs, and like your arms. If you build muscle on your arms, you're gonna see it sooner. Because if you're fat, leaner. Usually it's what I mean. You're not gonna have arms that are fatter than your midsection. You know what I mean? So it does make sense that like he was kind of.
So I see what you're saying, because it's like belly fat's like in your perspective here, it's like belly fat's the final step,
right?
So it's like, okay, and then so you say this is a 90-day journey, but I imagine it's like 90 days to start a mindset and to start a lifestyle,
right? Right.
Okay. I like that a lot. I like that a lot more now.
90-day like habit building.
Exactly.
Thing,
right. Because again, I hate saying it, but it's not. I don't hate saying it, but it's not just fitness. It's the whole thing. It's the whole. Everything comes full circle here. Everything comes full circle.
Well, and like Adam was alluding to, it's like when you go to the gym, it is kind of like meditating, especially if you've never been there, because you you got to learn the shit. Like
Mhm.
it's not easy to have good form. Like it's
Mhm.
not really natural to have like a good form.
Unless you've done it like a million, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
once you've, ripped a bar off the ground like 500,000 times, then it's, like butter. But
Yeah.
you're right. If you're doing like something super heavy or you're really trying to focus on a squeeze, it is like all you can think. If you're not thinking about it 100%, you're going to, hurt yourself.
Dude, the hardest
Yeah.
thing for people is like feeling their lats.
Engage.
That
yeah.
was
Oh,
the
yeah.
hardest thing for me was feeling my lats. And like another one was like releasing my scapula when I was doing like maybe like a seated row.
Yeah.
You know, when you come all the way out as
Mm.
opposed to just like staying all like tight up like this, allowing your scapula to retract and shit.
Mhm.
Like that's all stuff that is not natural
Yeah.
up front.
Mhm.
For sure.
But
Yeah, I had the same thing with like for me it was chest exercises because when I first started getting in the gym, I was like, all right, I want to bench. And, like off the rip, I could bench a decent amount. Like I was always strong,
Yeah.
but like I definitely did some of
Yeah,
that
kinda
forward shoulder,
retracted, yeah.
and it kind of fucked me for a while. Like now I'm like slowly opening my chest up, and now I can get a chest pump. But
Yeah.
when I was younger, it
It
was,
was
like,
all probably triceps, right?
It was all, dude, my that's why I think my triceps, I was like, oh, my triceps have always been strong. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's because they've been benching for me
I was
this
the
whole time.
same way, yeah. I was the
Dude,
same way. I remember I would think I was benching, but I'd always do close grip.
yeah.
Oh,
I thought I was
shit,
benching
yeah.
properly. So my triceps were always huge. My chest wasn't that big.
oh shit,
That's
that's,
why I kinda-
interesting.
Focus on my chest a little more to make it for all those years where I didn't really.
Yeah,
Do it
that's the
properly.
thing. Is like, and then that whole forward shoulder thing. It's like it's hard for me to hit my side delts
Yeah.
or my lateral delts. So
Mhm.
now I'm like, shit, I got to get my
Now,
lateral delts
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not literally the same way. I'm like side delts and and my chest, and like on days where it's like off days, I'll go in and I'll do just get a little pump and
Right.
then leave.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
for like lagging parts, that's kind of it works. So,
Yeah.
Shit. So like, what are you working on these days? What's what's going on in your life
So
besides obviously you got the coaching going
Yeah.
on and shit? But
So yeah, I've got the coaching. I'm really working on making that as big as I can, just because I feel like so many people deal with this issue. So many people deal with just a lack of confidence. As much because it's funny because a lot of people get on social media and talk about self-love, but then they look in the mirror and they don't really love themselves.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
it's, like,
everyone's
hypercritical.
dude, like, you know how you know that's true? Every popular meme is like, oh yeah, haha, getting drunk and hating myself.
Yeah.
That's every meme.
And that's a norm. That's the thing.
yeah.
yeah,
It
it is a
feels-
cultural thing now. I feel
Mhm,
like
mhm.
And I definitely think like I love memes; they're funny. But those ones I never identify with because I'm
Mhm.
like, why? Why are
Yeah.
you so sad all the time?
Yeah, like you should do something about that. Cause they acknowledge it, and that's good, but it just stays there.
yeah,
Like, they don't.
yeah.
What's going on now? What's
That's
next?
almost like the opposite, like you were saying, like using affirmations and stuff, like constantly being exposed to shit like
mean,
that is
yeah.
basically the same thing in the opposite direction.
Yes.
It's like you keep telling yourself something enough
Yes.
times, it's going to happen, or
Mhm.
you're going to be that way. So,
Mhm.
it's and not to like be ignorant if you like have something you're trying to work on, like you should acknowledge it. It's not
Yeah.
to say like like I'm fucking horrible at like organizing my time and like
Mhm.
scheduling. Not going to be like I'm great at organizing my time.
yeah,
But like,
But you can say I'm improving.
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like I know it's a problem, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix it. So I'm
Right.
not going to sit here and tell myself I'm terrible
Amazing,
at it.
right?
Or like
Yeah.
be
but I'm not
defeated
gonna
by
be.
it.
But yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm amazing at it either. But I'm saying like, all right, I'm better than I was before.
Yeah.
And I am getting better at it. I'm
Right.
still trash, but like
the
Because-
calendar is helping. The calendar is helping. It's at
Yeah.
least organizing
Yeah,
the
see,
podcast.
Right. Because words can either be a vitamin or a poison. Words.
it's true. Yeah.
Words are like magic, when I call it that. Words are magic. Whatever you tell yourself, whatever you tell anyone else, even if you don't consciously do it, it's seeping into your subconscious.
Mm.
No matter what. Like whatever your subconscious hears or consumes, it becomes a part of you. Even if it's a little bit. And then the more and more you hear it, that same kind of message, that same kind of messaging becomes a part of who you are and becomes your default.
It is a lot of like
Mm.
just you're a product of your environment thing. There's a
Yes.
lot of merit to
Yes.
that because
Yes.
it's true. I mean,
Mhm.
what you surround yourself with is you're gonna adapt to your surroundings. That's
Right.
like what we do. So
Yeah, it's like
It
the
is.
things that humans are best at.
yeah.
Mhm.
So wait a minute. So I kind of cut you off in the middle of that, but you were talking about how you're trying to expand.
Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to expand this brand and really change the lives I want to change, both here, and then, I've been getting a lot of comments from like London and Africa now.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
How did that
Whoa,
happen?
what- yeah. What?
Yeah, because I have some followers on Instagram who are in London and Africa, and like just in the UK, not just London, but
Oh,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
and in Africa as well. Like I work with people in Tunisia, some in Nigeria, some in Ghana, and
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
What's that kind of coaching like internationally, just in general? Like,
I
how's
mean,
that?
so I have family out in Nigeria anyway. I'm Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really used to the time difference. It's like a 6-hour gap. Like they're 6 hours ahead of me, so it's not a huge deal.
Okay.
So that's not a big idea. That's not really crazy. But I feel like the more and more I get bigger, I might have to get a team.
Mm,
So that's going to be the
dude,
tricky
for
part.
sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
have the team, like people to handle different parts of the entire process.
yeah.
But yeah, the biggest thing is just vetting, making sure people can withstand, like maintain the quality I have right now, to maintain the level of detail and care that I put into my craft right now. Because
Yeah, because you don't want to be like just giving people cookie cutter shit.
exactly. That's what I'm completely against. That's
Yeah.
right. So that's going to be the more difficult part, but we'll get there when we get there.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
tough. You're gonna have to almost
Right.
like train people that you trust,
Mhm.
or like maybe clients of yours that end up doing really well.
Right,
It's
right,
like, hey,
right.
you guys want to.
Right,
Because you're right,
exactly.
they have to have the same kind of values, and you have to be able to
Mhm.
trust them to be like, I know, I can trust you to go help somebody else out. So it's all about building the team, dude.
yeah,
It's all about building the team.
Yeah, it's like right now. It's like me, Adam, and our buddy Johnny.
yeah. I
And-
saw you mention him one of the posts about the
Yeah,
the social media work.
Yeah,
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 it's like
yeah,
the back end, because like it takes time for us to like think of like the content,
Mhm.
physically record it, film it, edit it, and then send it. And so what we do is like we do all that, and then he takes care of like posting it to Libsyn and like all these other places. And
Mm-hmm. Right.
because that takes hours.
Yep.
It really does.
Mhm,
And like cutting videos and posting on Instagram, it's all hours of work.
Mhm.
And so having that like just one extra person
Mhm.
is like a huge deal. But
Just
yeah.
a little gem for you guys, honestly, who are doing the podcast, and anyone else who needs more information on like content or topics or whatever.
Yeah.
Check out Reddit. Whatever you're looking for,
Oh,
just
bet. Yeah.
type in whatever it is and add Reddit or add forum after.
Straight up, though.
Google it and boom.
Because
see
you get
everyone's
people,
issue.
dude. Everybody, no,
Yeah.
it's true. Because like, dude, anything.
Yes.
There's a subreddit for everything, and then
Yes.
there's like 100 people who've said something about it.
Mhm.
So that's true. I on Reddit's like a low key like people need to get on.
It's a
Reddit.
gold mine, yeah.
You gotta get on Reddit.
So-
Yeah, I guess I've like been on Reddit once.
Dude, I use it for everything. That's how I stream basketball and football games.
Yeah.
Really? Is that
I
how you
do,
do
dude,
that?
yeah, it's like-
I didn't know they
I
had
got
that shit.
CBS for like a week, and I was like, "What the fuck am I paying for this?" Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's right there online for free. Sure
Yeah.
enough.
I always see
Yeah.
those things where it's like, oh, this guy streamed the fucking MLB final through his glasses.
What?
You know, you
Like
didn't
on
see that?
the
Like it's on the like the reflection of his lens.
That's
Mhm.
nuts.
how, I think he streamed the Jake Paul, the fucking Logan Paul fight.
the KSI.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
KSI Logan Paul fight. He like streamed it on the reflection of his like mirrored glasses,
Mhm.
and like
Dude, I
somehow
low-key
that made
wanted
it.
to watch that though.
I
wasn't
did.
gonna
I
pay
wanted to
for
watch
it, but
that
I kind
too.
of wanted to watch the
Yeah.
highlights.
Yeah, the highlights are pretty good. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. They went 6 rounds.
Really?
Yeah, I
Who
think
won,
it was 6
KSI?
rounds.
Or-
Yeah, KSI won.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, that's wicked funny. I didn't see it's like I barely know either of them. But it was did you see what happened?
I didn't know.
So so this is actually kind of hilarious. Fucking it's the end of the match, right? Whole thing's over and the
Oh, yeah,
announcer's
dude.
like, all right, and the winner of the entire tournament or whatever, and then like fucking Logan Paul already raises his hand. He raises his hand like, yep, I won it, right? From the UK,
Yeah.
KSI. And
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, dude, the
Yeah.
amount of fucking shit.
yeah.
You can't do that. You can't raise your hand early. That's
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
That shows a lack of
It's a
respect for
savage
him. He
move.
respects him.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Strong.
uh,
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't just raise your hand early
It's
like,
just-
yeah, I won.
disrespect. But I mean, he got his, dude. He lost. So
Yeah, he lost and he
Yeah.
got humiliated because of that. So
Still got the back for it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
so-
true.
I still
They
got the
made
bag.
money, dude.
And
They
we're
made
talking
a
about
lot
it.
of
So this
money.
is free. Everyone's
Yeah.
about to go watch that video if they
Yeah,
haven't.
probably,
So.
yeah.
damn, dude. Wait, hold on. So are you bilingual?
I'm still working on my Igbo.
Oh,
That's
word.
the thing that, yeah, I told him
Yeah.
Nigeria. There's Nigeria. The 3 main languages are Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa.
Oh shit.
Those
Okay.
3 main tribes, yeah, and I'm Igbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do your parents speak?
It's big. I understand everything you're saying.
Yeah. I was like, I'm kind of saying my parents are, well, I'm Lebanese, so
Mhm,
both
Lebanese.
my parents speak Arabic.
Yeah.
Like I can speak Arabic, but yeah, I more so understand more than.
Right.
But
I feel like that's always the
can speak
easier
pretty
part.
well. My little brother can't really speak at all, but
Mhm.
like I can speak pretty well. My
Oh.
sister is very, very fluent.
Did you like move here from there, or you were born here?
No, I was born here,
Yeah.
but like I go there all the time. I go like every
Yeah.
summer.
Okay,
So-
right.
Or I used to. Now it's like work. So,
Mhm,
but damn, that's crazy though that you got people out in Nigeria and
Yeah.
Tunisia and
Our social media, man.
but yeah,
Our
That
social
is kind
media.
of crazy how it like opened the world up like that, where you're able to actually like reach people and like have conversations and stuff. Do you find that people like overseas have different issues than like people in America? You know what I mean? Like, is there things that, or like, are there common? Is it like pretty common, like between everyone?
It's common, but I just talked to a client the other day, yesterday I think. She told me that she wanted to buy a container of protein, and I guess in the country she was in Tunisia, people put foul protein in there and then they heat seal it back up, so it's bullshit protein, but you're paying the price for it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's like, okay, so
Damn.
and then to even order it in, you have to pay all these taxes for customs and tariffs. So it's like, why even bother?
Yeah,
So,
holy shit.
that's
It
kinda
ends up being more expensive than just buying
And just getting
food.
fish or chicken or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's tough. It's actually just really, importing anything, because I'm thinking like, I would just hop on Amazon, right?
Yeah,
and then
right.
like tomorrow it's going to be here. Like I literally
Exactly.
just ordered something today on Amazon. It's going
Yeah.
to be here tomorrow morning. Like,
Mhm.
and like, yeah, it's just because everything, we're in the US,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean? But
different,
but I'll go to Lebanon to like visit my grandparents or whatever,
yeah. Mhm.
or my grandma. And dude, there's no addresses. Like,
Mhm.
people don't have like home addresses.
Yeah.
It's just like you tell somebody like, yeah, I'm by the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, all right, so-
Technically, there's streets. If you look on like Google Maps, like nobody knows. There's no street signs. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell anything is.
That's fucking crazy.
So yeah, dude. You basically you get something sent to like a DHL spot or something, and you go pick it up.
Pick it up
Like,
there, yeah.
You don't have like a mailbox really, unless
wow,
you're a
that's kind
business.
of wild.
Yeah.
Isn't Saudi Arabia, don't they not have like driving laws?
Huh?
Isn't Saudi, do they
Oh
not?
no. Well, I think for a little while women couldn't drive. I think it's repealed now.
Yeah, peel that. Yeah, I remember
No,
A
that.
couple
I mean,
years
like-
ago, there was like a whole time.
I mean, like, there's like no like driving.
Regulations.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
regulation on driving.
no! That's in that's like Lebanon, dude. It's
Oh,
like
that's
a fucking
Lebanon.
madhouse.
Yeah,
Dude.
Yeah,
dude,
Literally,
your brother sent that fucking video of that car where the engine was exposed.
you just have to drive and people get out of your way. Like, you just have to like be a dick about it. You just go and people dodge you. Everybody's doing the same thing. As long as you don't crash into anyone. That it's crazy and it's super stressful, but like nobody really gets into accidents.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Except
That's how
the
it
one
is.
dude that's doing a wheelie going like 95 on the highway on his motorcycle. That's
Mhm.
like the one dude that gets into an accident. Nobody
Shit.
else does. Yeah.
Cool. Well, dude, I think we could probably wrap it up. We've been talking for about
Mhm.
an hour. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It goes by fast, man.
Yeah, it did. I didn't even.
Yeah, you
I was
don't
gonna
even
say,
realize it,
yeah.
right? Yeah, it goes by real quick.
Thank you.
Um,
You guys with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, so,
you gotta hit us with a gem,
me
you know?
yeah, you gotta. So no pressure, but
Yeah.
fucking do something. And then also think about.
Hey, you gotta plug yourself too.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
plug yourself too. If it helps, you could plug
Yeah.
yourself first.
Yeah. Okay. So
Remember the mic.
on Instagram, I'm train with T _. That's TRAIN WITHTEE_. I'm the same on Twitter as well, and on Facebook, I'm Tochuku Oparacha. You can't spell that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say you probably
Yeah.
TOCHUKWU, last name OPARAOCHA.
word, and we'll put
Dope.
it in the show notes too.
All right, we appreciate
and like
it,
we'll
yeah.
put it in the post.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We'll
man,
tag you.
People
and
are gonna
everything.
be like, "What?"
Who's that guy? Yeah.
But
Just
if
look for the giant Jack dude in the profile picture.
yeah, yeah, but
Are we taking like a picture, like a cover after this, or what? How does that work?
Oh, like we usually just take clips from the video.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, where?
Yeah.
But just thinking, if I could leave you guys on anything, I would say don't rely on whatever's going on right now. Take the time to figure out what you want for yourself. Before people could tell you what to be, before people could like influence you. Like, just take some time and really just think back to the freest times in your life where nothing was really a worry, where you just focus on whatever the hell you're doing in the moment, and figure out what's going to take to get back to that feeling, because that feeling is what's going to fuel you to stay present and be who you want to be, no matter what.
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
Because again, I tell my clients all the time, you want to focus on getting back to the real you. All the stress and bullshit from life kind of masquerades who you really want to be.
Mhm.
So that real you is still there, pumping, but it's under all these layers of crap. You gotta just work on peeling them layers back till you get back to the real you. Let that shine. It's like an onion.
Yeah, dude,
onion.
Shrek shining in.
Yeah. So you want to peel all those back and get to who you really want to be, and really, because here's the thing, like, anything you want to do can fuel your life. That's just how I feel.
Hmm.
Like, you can do this podcast. This is really your passion, this podcast. It could fill your life if you put in the reps and you take the time and have a plan and follow the plan and not get, sidetracked when things don't go right. Because as long as you're putting in reps every day and you focus on the lead indicators, not the lag indicators, if you focus on what's happening right now and what's going on in the process, in the day-to-day, and having full faith in the result, knowing it's going to happen, that you reverse engineered the path to where you are right now and doing these steps right now and doing it every single day and staying consistent and figuring out what's good, what's bad, what's good, what's bad. Well, there's no real good or bad. Way I look at it here is that there's going to be things that draw you closer to the goal that you define for yourself and draw you away from that. So if you continue to do things that draw you close to your goal, you're straight. Just stop worrying so much about being there at a certain time. Because it's going to happen. You have to have faith and fully believe and really internalize it and identify with that next version of you.
Yeah, shit takes time,
Right.
What I mean?
So as long as you really identify with that and know that that's who you are, that person that you drew up for yourself is who you are, then there's no reason to be stressed because that's who you are. That's just a person. That's your identity. Like things happen like this because it's who your identity. When things that are quote unquote bad, but that take you away from your goal happen, it's part of the process. It's going to be more days that go along that you can control, that go along the path of you getting close to your goal, than the days that happen where things don't go according to your goal. And even when they don't, you know why. You can figure it out. You can backtrack, knowing that it was a decision that wasn't influenced by anyone else but yourself. And when things happen to you, you dictate how you act towards it. You don't react to it. So no matter what, everything's in your control.
I love that.
And go
That's
hard.
great.
Yeah, that's great. For sure.
Go
For sure.
I love it.
For sure.
I love it. Sweet. Thank you so much, man.
No problem, man.
And hopefully we can have you on another time.
Definitely.
Yeah,
This is
for
great.
sure.
This is amazing for us.
Sweet,
What we're
dude.
doing here.
2 a.m. man, I got some vibes in my head. The moon is full, so it's just drinking my hand, yeah. I got that energy for winning me. I'm trying to get some inspiration off this. Hennessy, yeah, Courvoisier, yeah. You in my head, go away. I'm in my zone, you at my dome. Get off my phone, you're killing me. I'm trying to get you out of my mind. Wasting all of my precious time. Really trying to vibe right now. On a different type of time right now. Trying to get in my bag right now. You're really blowing my high right now. Why you always calling, blowing up my phone? I told you I'm trying to get in my zone. I know you know I'm doing this all for you. Been trying to hold it down for just us two. 3 a.m. and I got you on my mind. Inspired by the way you wash your spine. Come through, I got us a bottle of wine. Open your legs and then it's dinner time. Then I play this for you, do it for you, croon it for you, all for you. This what you want, all of your bar. It don't take long to make you fall in love. Really tryna vibe right now, on a different type of time right now. Tryna get in my bag right now. You're really blowing my high right now. Why you always calling, blowing